Good morning, everybody. My name is Michael Caselli, and I have the great honor of chairing Conference Room 1 for today. I am the Director of Content, I think, maybe my title, at iGaming Business and Clarion Gaming. And I also get to moderate a lot of these, which is a lot of fun. And I think we're going to have a pretty interesting day. I'm going to learn a lot, I'm sure, because today is all about crypto. By show of hands, who is not involved or owns any cryptocurrency but is here because they're considering it? Cool, a few. Okay, great. And I assume the rest of you are involved and probably all in the middle of your ICOs for $50 million, which is fantastic as well. But what we often don't talk about are opportunities for affiliates in the crypto world. So that's what this session is all about. And joining me is the madman behind Mad About Bingo, Mr. Andy Edwards. Come on up, Andy. Big round of applause, please.
Morning. There we go. It's morning, everybody. Okay, so let me go back. All the slides are up there. All the slides are in the wrong order. Okay, this will be interesting, a bit more interactive. Okay, we'll jump to that one just for the. So there's a few familiar faces. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Andrew Edwards. I'm the managing director of a company called Mad About Media. I used to be a financial advisor for Argos and Homebase. I was a semi-professional poker player back in early noughties. I used that money to create Mad About Bingo, which is now 12 years old. I have 4 affiliate sites, 4 white label casino sites, an online marketing company, an SEO company, that's where my background is, and crypto comparison site, which we're going to launch soon as well. Okay, so obviously Michael told you a bit about cryptocurrency. A lot of you are involved in it. And I put this slide up because my wife thinks I'm selling magic beans to people when I talk about cryptocurrency. So we've all had a dabble in it. It's the future. It's not really going anywhere. I think for me, it's kind of the Wild West. When I first got into the industry in 2006, this is what Bitcoin is now. So I think we're all at a time now where if we get in now, we'll be kicking ourselves if we don't within 12 months. Okay. Hopefully the slides are in order. So we'll talk a bit about cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency is a digital currency, if you don't know, which uses encryption techniques. Cryptography was obviously created in the Second World War. Are used to regulate the generation of cryptocurrency units and verify the transfer of funds operating independently of a centralized banking system. Okay, so it's a currency by the people for the people. Okay, so the first cryptocurrency to be created was by Satoshi Nakamoto, basically John Smith in Japan. He's an alias. In January 2009, this is all from CoinMarketCap. There is now over 1,500, or I think it was 1,510 different cryptocurrencies apart from Bitcoin. And obviously there's been a lot of FUD spread and the market's come down since these slides were created. But it was round about 600 billion market cap for cryptocurrencies. I think it's about 385 billion at the moment. Trading is about 20 to 30 billion dollars a day. So there's a lot of money to be made on cryptocurrency. Okay, for those of you who don't know what cryptocurrencies are built on, they're built on what's called a blockchain. So a blockchain is a decentralized ledger, so to speak. So it's a record of accounts, which transactions, obviously made in Bitcoin or other currencies, are recorded chronologically and publicly. So you can see the transaction amounts, you can see the Bitcoin wallet address or Ethereum address, but that's it. So you don't see the person behind the affiliate address. Okay, blockchains are secure by design. They can be used for a lot of other stuff apart from banking. So they can be used for voting. They can be used for medical records, transactional exchanges. So the future is in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Okay, so the invention of the blockchain has enabled the double spending technique. So years ago, before money was invented, we used to barter. So we'd say, right, okay, I need a loaf of bread. I'll do this for you. You do that for me, vice versa. So Bitcoin's created to take the bank out the equation and do transactions from A to B without a third-party involvement. Okay, so it's basically decentralized banking. Okay, so decentralization is the process of redistributing and dispersing functions, obviously it's monetary value in this case, powers and things away from a central location or authority. Okay, in the case of cryptocurrency, it's enabled us as the people to have more power over our own money and finances and take away the authority from the government and centralized banks, because none of us like paying tax. Okay. So the power of decentralized banking, as I just said, means that no single organization or entity has the power over a certain aspect of society. So basically, New World Order and all this kind of Illuminati stuff, I now become the Bank of Andy and I control my own finances. Okay, so brings me on to this. I don't know if any of you are seeing this or any of you looking into Illuminati or things like that, but we, the people, or the sheeple, we're here, okay? And obviously, we have to pay our taxes to the government get the money off the banks, they get the money off the central banks, goes all the way up to the Rothschilds, Morgan Stanleys, Goldman and Sachs, Rockefellers, and all that. They're the ones who control the world's wealth. So everybody, we're a slave to debt in a way, and if you control the finance, you control the world, and this is why cryptocurrency was invented, to give the power back to the people and enable us to deal without a third-party involvement. Okay, so we talked about cryptocurrency, and everybody knows Bitcoin is the #1 cryptocurrency. So altcoins came about, so everybody thought, well, I like the idea of Bitcoin, but I think I can make it better. So obviously, you likes of your Ethereum, your Litecoin, your Dash. So altcoins are basically digital cryptocurrencies which are alternative to Bitcoin. Okay, so that's where altcoins come from. So they're either hoping to replace what Bitcoin done, or they're hoping to bring something new and interesting and innovative to the table, a bit like what the casino industry does, a bit like all the spins, the free spins, the welcome offers. So yeah, it also keeps Bitcoin on its toes, and it enables Bitcoin to go, if we don't carry on working and carry on innovating, or hard forking and creating Bitcoin Cash, maybe, then likes of Ethereum, likes of Litecoin, it'll suppress Bitcoin. Okay, so everybody talks about this. We've seen a lot of FUD in the industry, a lot of fear, uncertainty, doubt, a lot of fake news. It's market manipulation. They create this fake news to crash the markets, they buy the dip, and then they sell for the profits. So I just want to show of hands. Does anyone think Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is a bubble, and do you think it's going to burst? Or do you think it's here to stay? Anyone? No? All still asleep? Okay, right. So it's not really going anywhere. It's what, sorry?
It's the pricing people think is a bubble, not necessarily the
so,
concept.
Yeah, so I think people look at the price and then it goes, like, Bitcoin's crashed down to $5,000 and it was $19,000 in November. So then you get this creators of FOMO, so like fear of missing out. So they might have bought high and lost a shitload of money. And then, but what people are doing, it's old money, it's Wall Street money that's buying the low and then buying the dips. Okay, so I put this slide up, but it's basically, so it leads on to what I was saying. When is the right time to get into cryptocurrency? Today, yesterday, next week? No one seems to really know. No one needs to know when the bottom's going to come. No one seems to know if it's going to go too high. You can predict. You can have a look at forecasts. You can follow whale signals. You can look at trading view. You can look at a lot of things. But at the end of the day, it's instinct, it's gut instinct, and it's patterns, and they tend to repeat themselves over time. So going back to what Michael said, there is no right time. The right time is now. I think if we leave it and wait 12 months, so we'll be having the same talk in Amsterdam, and people thinking, I've missed out now, the ship sailed, when do we get in? Okay, so this goes on to what I've just been talking about now. So up until May of 2017, Bitcoin was around about $1,000, and it just seemed to have grown legs, a load of money come into it, and it rallied all the way up to its highest, which was just shy of about $19,000, $20,000, and then it crashed at Christmas through all this thud, and obviously we're in this kind of consolidation pattern now for anyone who does any sort of day trading. So we dropped all the way down to here, so we'll probably correct about 7,000, 8,000, then we'll kind of rally back up. Okay, so from an affiliate point of view, for me, and for the likes of yourselves or other affiliates, the reason I got involved, like I've been in the industry as an affiliate for 12 years now, okay, so you get increased revenue over time, okay? There's no waiting 30, 45, 50, 60 days for affiliate commission. No getting to the 28th of the month, and I'm not going to name names. Someone turn around and say, I'm sorry, the X, Y, and Z's happened. We're going to have to pay you next month. Or you've not hit a threshold. We're going to have to roll it over. Or that CPA tenancy deal we've done, we've not seen the traffic we expected, so we're not going to pay you. Okay, you can pay yourself multiple times a day. Okay, you control when you get paid. There's no hidden fees, there's no bullshit, there's no deductions apart from the transactional fees that you take on board, and it's full transparency. This is a decentralized network that is more transparent than some of the operators without trying to cause FUD. So that's why I've got involved in it. Okay, what's happening here? Just like 60 days for affiliate commission, okay? So the revenue shares are a lot smaller in cryptocurrency. They're probably about 5, 7%. No, none of us would really agree to that if it was in here. We'd want 25, 30, 45%. We'd want a hybrid. We want a certain CPA and a minimum deposit. So I mean, a lot of them give you 7%, or they'll give you 20% of the transaction fees. But there's no referrals are lost in migration. So a lot of I've been around the industry for that many years now to see sites move from one platform to another platform. Players get lost in migration, or they no longer deposit anymore. Obviously, the revenue share gets lost. But with crypto, when you're advertising for different companies, the revenue share grows over time. So at first, it's not much money, but it's like a snowball, and then you can do multi-level marketing, so sub-affiliate earnings. So I could refer someone at 7%, they could refer someone and I'd get 3% at the second level. So multi-level marketing, 7% at the first, and it grows over time like that.
Are you saying you're referring them to gaming sites that operate on a crypto platform?
Yeah.
Or is it non-gaming stuff you're referring to?
Both. Okay, so your revenue is added daily, like it is on here. It can be seen in real time. You can withdraw the same day, which I think as an affiliate, obviously we're all in it to make money. We're not going to lie, are we? As an affiliate, if you can get daily commission and you can withdraw that commission daily, I think that's revolutionary. Okay. So, like say we talked about the no waiting for 30, 45, 60 days. I mean, my company is all my own money. I have no venture capitalist. I've built it up over the last 12 years. If I have a bad month, it has to come from the Bank of Andy. So I created it as a way of bringing venture capitalism at my own money back into the business. So what Michael just talked about then is a lot of these casinos are only just seeing the benefits of cryptocurrency. So you have BitStars, you have obviously El Toro and the Forex lot. You have Phil with WPN, because I used to be a poker player, so you can now play poker in Bitcoin and win in Bitcoin, which I think is fantastic. And he takes over 60 odd different cryptocurrencies. But what Michael talked about and what I got into is what's called ICOs. So for those of you who don't know what an ICO is, it's called an initial coin offering. So somebody creates a coin, I don't know, there's Fun Fur Coin, which is casino. There's one called Vice Coin, where you actually get paid to watch porn. There's over 1,500 different coins. But if you get in at the ground...
What's the one where you're paid to watch porn?
Vice Coin.
I'll see you guys. Good job. Wow.
Yeah. So, and then you obviously have Steam, where you can do... So you got DTube, and where you get paid for YouTube coins. So it's a way of crowdfunding. It's a way of these coins and these people generating, like a Dragon's Den and angel investors, generating some money. And if you buy in and you invest in this small business, you can see some in from times 10 ROI up to times 100 ROI. So one of the ones that I got invested in the UK was called Electronium. It's basically mobile map farming for the third world countries. And I bought this at penny stocks, and then I sold it at 10 and 11 cents. But I could make like $30,000, $32,000 in a day just by buying in at ICO. So we talked about Bitcoin, Ethereum, just for example. Ethereum raised money through an ICO. In 2014, it raised something like 3,700 Bitcoin, Obviously, Bitcoin at the time was a lot less, and he'd done that in the first 12 hours. No, Ethereum is now second, obviously in coin market cap, and the value, obviously, is a lot less now, but it's around about $1,100. But with it being decentralized, you can't just take my word for it, you can't take Michael's word, you can't take anyone's word for it. If you don't do your own homework and due diligence, you will get burnt. Because if you put money into it, there's nothing to stop these people from just shutting up shop tomorrow, and that's it, you're screwed, you're not getting any money back. And until it gets regulated, which I do think it'll probably be in the next 12 to 18 months, you have to do your own due diligence, do your own homework, don't take my word for it, look at it and go, why should I get invested in these coins? And then think, okay, well, BitStars or William Hill or some sports betting sites now, if it's a well-known brand that you've already worked with, then that's easy, because you can just go to them and say, look, I've worked for you for a number of years, I want to get paid in Bitcoin, I want to get paid in Litecoin. If it's somebody that you don't know, then obviously do your own homework. A lot of people, if you're in the crypto industry, know about BitConnect, or BitConnect, as the guy says. And obviously it was a high yield interest program, and so I think there was about 1.5 million people in that, and they just exit scammed. They got a cease and desist order from Texas, which doesn't mean shit, to be honest, and it just basically said, anyone in the state of Texas, you're committing a Ponzi scheme, you're ripping people off, and they just use that as an excuse to exit scam and take everybody's money. And that's why you've got to be careful. So for me and for you guys, obviously you've got ICOs, but there's cloud mining, so people mine for Bitcoin or mine for altcoin or Dash or whatever. So you can actually promote these cloud mining services. There's hundreds of them, and then you get paid in commission. So that's another way of generating additional revenue for you. There's exchanges like Binance, HitBTC, Cryptopia, KuCoin, and they give you lifetime revenue on the transaction fees of people buying and selling altcoins. So once you've referred that person, you just forget about it, and then you could just trade that up into altcoin, Bitcoin, take it back out as well. We've talked about Electroneum. There's a lot of other ICOs coming out. I'm launching a site called cryptocomparer.com. Not trying to plug, but there's another one called ICO Review. There's another one called Casino or Crypto Lending Programs. And the information's out there. You can look at it. You can see who's going to get involved. I think all the other talks today, I'm going to sit in on and see what else is getting brought out to the table in the cryptocurrency and the gambling world. So yeah, I mean, there's another one called Monetize Coin coming out. That's another ICO. That's got over 72,000 registered people. And you can buy the coin initially at $1, and that's probably going to go to about times 20 or times 30. So it's, even though we're in the casino industry, it's not just about casino anymore. It's about just getting that technology out there, and then eventually everybody will pick it up, and it'll come back in to the casino industry. It'll come back into day trading and stuff. So yeah, I apologise about the slides. It's kind of a bit of a mismatch. I know it's kind of first thing in the morning, but I'd like to open it to the floor now and see if there's any questions from anybody. Anybody got any things they want to know about cryptocurrency? Even though I was a financial advisor, I can't really give you financial advice, but I can tell you what cryptocurrency is going to make money. But yeah, any questions?
Let me ask you some questions just to follow up from some of your slides before we open to the floor.
Which slides?
Yeah, the first half. Let's talk about, so you're referring to a lot of people to, crypto platforms, crypto gaming platforms, and there are several out there. You could also refer people to play in Bitcoin on standard platforms, but generally I'm guessing you're mostly referring people to crypto platforms. Are you finding that your CPA is higher or lower for those people to bring them over to a new crypto platform than it is to bring them over for paying in fiat currency?
Okay, so obviously we tend to work off on Mad About Casinos. We'll work off a flat fee tenancy, so we're not waiting 30, 40 days for money, and we'll do it under an IO. If not, then we'll go down a hybrid model of a CPA on a minimum deposit plus rev share, and I could do that because obviously the sites. But if not, we'll go for a flat CPA, or we'll go for a high rev share, or we'll go somewhere else. So what we're finding at the moment is this transitional phase where people know about cryptocurrency. It's a buzzword. They want to dip the toe in it, but they're not quite sure if it's for them. So they tend to lean on the side of caution and go down the fiat angle and down the euro and Great British pounds. It's getting that kind of hook to entice them in to go, look, if you sign up to us, you're going to get so many Bitcoins over your first 4 deposits. But it's a lot less, actually, to be fair. So where you might do $50 CPA on a minimum deposit, they might say, oh, we'll give you $100 worth of Bitcoin on a minimum deposit. But it's not a minimum deposit. It might be 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds as a baseline, as opposed to the £10 minimum.
Yeah, because oftentimes you won't even have a deposit if you're playing in crypto.
Yeah.
So a lot of your commission is going to be CPA based. Some of the crypto-based gaming sites allow people to play straight out of their crypto wallet, and so you're never actually, or straight out of your crypto account, you're straight from your Bitcoin, and you're never actually needing to deposit large amounts and withdraw them. You can just play them instantaneously out of your wallet. Okay, questions from the floor. Yes, there's one over here.
Cool. Thank you. I had a question about advertising and the Facebook ban which took place last month. Yet, I still see ads on Facebook about cryptocurrencies. So, just wondering, do you think that Facebook is regretting what they have decided and they just let it go, or it takes them days to ban the ads, which I don't believe?
Well, I was advertising for casino and bingo and some of the casino sites we owned initially. And I come into the office one morning and our fan pages were shut down. This was for casino back last year. And I contacted him and said, well, why have you shut the page down? He said, because you've not got prior written authorization from Facebook. I said, well, I don't need prior written authorization from Facebook. And what they said is that you need to agree in writing to £10,000 minimum spend per month per brand. So that was for casino. So in crypto, I'd put an ad through for crypto and it'd get approved like that. Until, like you said, until last month they come out and he went, ooh, all this FUD getting spread about cryptocurrency, we don't really want to deal with that. And then I think it was last week where they just basically carpet banned all cryptocurrencies. To answer your question about when it getting related, look into the fact that Mark Zuckerberg is looking into cryptocurrencies. He's looking at partnering with the likes of Electronium and all these third-world companies for mobile devices. So I think what he wants to do, he's seen the potential in it. I think he's going to ban it, and then I think they'll bring out a cryptocurrency for Facebook where you have to use it in order to pay for ads or exchange it between friends. But I do think that's about 6 to 7 months away.
Okay, another question?
I think the simple answer to that question is it's called black hat advertising on Facebook. That's what it is. There are a lot of dodgy industries that run referral programs. There's a school of thought that doing referrals for ICOs is about as dodgy as you can go. I think there's a lot of people think we're not far away from legislation and a big clampdown in many markets on ICO referrals, because rightly you say that you can do your homework, but with a lot of those ICOs, if you read going back, you wouldn't have guessed in the first place that they would have gone where they've gone, which is now in the toilet. Yeah. So, I mean, in terms of an affiliate engaging in that, do you see longevity from an investment point of view as an affiliate into building up referrals for ICOs? Or is it a short-term money-making opportunity, like you rightly said, your few dollars you turn over into 32K a day, you take a few of those and you go, or can you build a business around it?
At the moment, I think until it gets regulated, I think it's 3 to 6 months. And I think, like, I day trade, I profit margin trade, I scalp and trade it over to Bitcoin. And I'd say I was a semi-professional poker player, so I play 2 and 5, no limit Bitcoin poker. So I know pot limit Omaha, so I do that. But to answer yourself, the big ones are the high yield interest programs. They're the scams, they're the Ponzi schemes, they're the multi-level marketing. But if you get there in the ground, and you can make a lot of money from it initially, but like BitConnect has been the one that's created a lot of FUD, and then you've got Devore, and then you've got a lot of them that come out in November and December, which helped the Bitcoin drive up. They had a Senate committee, didn't they, a couple of days ago, and they basically said that they recognise that cryptocurrency is the future, and they want to nurture the future, but they don't know how to regulate it. So, because I used to be a financial advisor, I looked down the regulatory seeds with the HMRC and the IRS. So I've not really looked at the IRS because I'm based in the UK, but the HMRC basically turned around and said, we're going to treat it like any other currency, because they don't know how else to treat it. So they're basically saying, if you make any money, any profits from advertising BitStars, Joe Blogg's Casino, Andy Edwards Casino, then if you put that into your business, it gets taxed at P&L, at profit and loss. But if you're day trading, like I am, it goes down the capital gains tax route. So that's how HMRC are going to regulate it. But I do think it's like the gambling industry and like the GDPR. I do think a lot of people are getting burnt on ICOs, and the Senate committee in the US are trying to clamp down the ICOs and the fraud on the US citizen side. I do think that it'll come out in the European, but I don't think it's yet. I think it's a free, decentralized market, and I think it'll take a lot more of this people getting ripped off before they start regulating it.
Yeah, that seems to be the issue. It's gonna IPO. An ICO is essentially what an IPO was before it was regulated, and then the SEC and the FSA came out and said we can't just let people invest in these companies where we don't know what the management is doing, so we have to regulate it. And I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen, obviously, to the ICO market. The financial regulators will certainly get involved. We're going to talk a lot more about the legalities of ICOs in later sessions. We have crypto all day today. And we'll go into that. We'll go into the regulation of it, what countries are doing it, what jurisdictions are doing it, and what you are and aren't allowed to do during your ICO sale, because the way you classify the coins actually make a difference as well. Do we have some more questions for Andy? In that case, Andy, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Sorry
telling
about
us
the
the
slides, guys.
opportunities in affiliate. Well done. Okay, this gives us a 30-minute break, or a breakfast break, and we'll see you again at noon, where we'll be talking more about the legalities, regulations of the crypto markets.